You walk home from work on a typical Tuesday afternoon, lost in thought, replaying the events of the day in your head. The sun beats down on your skin, casting a warm glow over the familiar streets you've walked countless times before. As you turn the corner onto your street, something catches your eye. At first, you think it's just a trick of the light, but as you draw closer, your mind struggles to process what you're seeing. A door. It's a door that wasn't there yesterday. You're certain of it. You've walked this route home every day for months, and this door just appeared. You feel a shiver run down your spine as you approach it, your heart beating ever so slightly faster. It's as if the universe has dropped a puzzle piece into your life, and you're not sure what it's supposed to mean. You pause in front of the door, your hand hovering over the doorknob. Is it a new building? A strange installation? Or something more? The questions swirl in your head like a tornado, making it hard to think straight. You glance around, wondering if anyone else has noticed this anomaly. But the streets are empty, and you're left standing there, feeling like a ghost hovering on the periphery of reality. As you stand there, the door seems to grow larger, its presence more imposing. You can feel the weight of it, like a challenge or a promise. You wonder if you're the only one who's noticed it, or if there are others out there who've stumbled upon this mysterious door. The thought sends a thrill through your veins, and you feel a spark of curiosity ignite within you. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself for what might lie beyond the door. Your heart is racing now, and your palms are slick with sweat. You're not sure what to do, but a part of you is screaming to open the door to see what's on the other side. The question echoes in your mind like a mantra. What would you do if you found a door that wasn't there yesterday? As you stand there, frozen in indecision, the world around you seems to hold its breath. The sun beats down on the door, casting a spotlight on the mystery. You feel a sense of electricity in the air, like the door is humming with energy. And then, in an instant, the moment is gone. The world snaps back into focus, and you're left standing there, wondering what you're going to do next. The question still lingers in your mind, taunting you like a will-o'-the-wisp. What would you do if you found a door that wasn't there yesterday? Would you open it, or would you turn away? The decision is yours, and yours alone. But for now, you're stuck in limbo, caught between curiosity and fear. You glance around, wondering if anyone else is watching you, waiting to see what you'll do next. But the streets are empty, and you're left standing there, alone with your thoughts. The door seems to loom over you, a constant reminder of the mystery that lies beyond. And yet, as you stand there, something strange happens. The door begins to fade into the background, and you start to feel a sense of wonder creeping in. You wonder what secrets lie beyond the door, what mysteries wait to be uncovered. You start to feel a sense of excitement, a thrill of anticipation that's hard to ignore. You take a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment settle onto your shoulders. You're at a crossroads, and the decision you make next will change everything. Will you open the door, or will you turn away? The choice is yours, and yours alone. As you stand there, frozen in indecision, the world around you seems to hold its breath. The sun beats down on the door, casting a spotlight on the mystery. And then, in an instant, the moment is gone. The world snaps back into focus, and you're left standing there, wondering what you're going to do next. But for now, the question remains, what would you do if you found a door that wasn't there yesterday? In the comments below, you continue walking home, the same streets you've traversed 1,000 times before. But something's off. You can't quite put your finger on it, but the atmosphere seems to have shifted. The sun's warmth still lingers on your skin, but it's as if the world has been turned slightly askew. You approach your street, and your gaze falls upon the door. It's there, plain as day, but it wasn't there yesterday. You're certain of it. You replay the events of the past 24 hours in your mind, trying to pinpoint exactly when you last walked by this spot. But your memory is foggy, and the door seems to have materialized out of thin air. Curiosity gets the better of you. You can't help but wonder what's behind this mysterious door. Is it a neighbor's new entrance? A hidden passageway? Or something more sinister? You push aside your initial instinct to ignore it and decide to investigate further. This door is too intriguing to leave unexplored. As you draw closer, you notice that the door seems to be made of a strange, metallic material you've never seen before. It's sleek and futuristic, a stark contrast to the worn, wooden doors that line the rest of the street. The surface appears to be a mesh of interlocking plates, each one slightly offset from the last, creating an almost three-dimensional effect. You run your hand over the door's surface, and it feels cool to the touch, like it's been polished to a high sheen. You examine the door more closely, searching for any clues that might reveal its purpose or origin. But there are no visible locks or handles, no signs of recent use or wear. It's as if the door has been left here, waiting for you, with no intention of being opened. You feel a shiver run down your spine as you realize that you may not be alone in knowing about this door. There's a sense of unease, like you're being watched, even though you're certain you're the only one on the street. You take a step back, trying to process what you're seeing. Your mind is racing with questions. Who could have put this door here? What's behind it? And why does it seem so intentional? You glance around the street, half expecting to see someone lurking in the shadows or a hidden camera capturing your every move. But you're alone, as the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the street. You realize that you need to know more about this door. You can't just leave it here, wondering what secrets it might hold. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself for what's to come. You'll investigate further, no matter what it takes. The question now is, what secrets might lie behind this mysterious door? What would you do if you found yourself standing in front of a door that wasn't there yesterday? The door seems to be beckoning you, daring you to take a step forward and uncover its secrets. Will you answer its call? As the darkness closes in, you feel a sense of anticipation building inside you. You're about to embark on a journey that will take you down a path you never expected. But one thing's for sure, you'll never look at your street or your own home in the same way again. With the door secrets still shrouded in mystery, you're left with more questions than answers. What lies beyond the threshold? And will you be brave enough to find out? The clock is ticking and the door is waiting. But for how much longer? You've walked through that doorway, and now you're standing in a room that's both familiar and completely foreign. The air feels thick, heavy with an otherworldly presence. You can't quite shake the feeling that you've been here before, but the details are all wrong. The furniture, the walls, even the light fixtures seem to be slightly off-kilter. As you take a step forward, the floor creaks beneath your feet. It's an old wooden floor, one that's been polished to a warm sheen. You remember walking on floors like this before, but can't quite place the memory. The more you try to recall, the more elusive it becomes. You look around, taking in the room's decor. It's a mix of old and new, like someone's tried to blend different eras together. There's a Victorian-style armchair in one corner, its upholstery worn and faded. Next to it stands a sleek, modern desk, its surface cluttered with strange devices and gadgets. You recognize some of them from your own world, but others seem entirely alien. A chill runs down your spine as you realize that you have no idea how you got here. One minute you were walking home from work, the next you're in this place. You try to remember the events leading up to this moment, but your mind's a blank. You take a deep breath, telling yourself to stay calm. You've navigated tricky situations before. You can do this. But as you look around the room, you start to feel a creeping sense of disorientation. The furniture seems to be shifting, the shadows on the walls twisting into impossible shapes. You feel like you're stuck in a dream, one that's rapidly spiraling out of control. You try to ground yourself, focusing on the sensation of your feet on the floor. It's a simple, tangible thing, but it's all you have to cling to right now. You take another step forward, and the floor creaks again. This time, it's louder, more insistent. You feel a shiver run down your spine as you realize that you're not alone in this room. There's something else here, something watching you from the shadows. You can't see it, but you can feel its presence, a cold, calculating gaze that's crawling under your skin. You try to speak to call out for help, but your voice catches in your throat. All that comes out is a strangled whisper. The room seems to be holding its breath, waiting for you to make a move. You're trapped in a living nightmare, and you have no idea how to escape. What would you do if you found yourself in a place that's not quite real? Would you try to find a way out, or would you surrender to the madness that's creeping in around you? As you stand there, frozen in uncertainty, the room seems to be shifting, changing around you. The furniture moves, the shadows dance, and you're left wondering what's real and what's not. You're lost in a world that's not your own, and you have no idea how to find your way back home. The floor creaks again, louder this time, and you feel a jolt of fear run through your veins. You're not alone in this room, and you know it. Whatever is watching you is getting closer, its presence growing more intense by the second. You try to move, to run, but your feet seem rooted to the spot. The room is spinning around you, a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes that's making your head reel. You're trapped in a living hell, and you have no idea how to escape. The only sound is the creaking of the floor, a steady heartbeat that's counting down the seconds until what? You strain to hear anything else, but there's nothing. Just the creaking floor and the oppressive feeling of being watched. You're on the edge of something, a precipice that's staring back at you with cold, calculating eyes. What would you do if you found yourself in a place that's not quite real? As you step further into this mysterious room, the air seems to thicken around you. You can feel it, a heavy weight that presses against your skin, making every breath feel a little more labored. It's as if the very atmosphere itself is warning you to turn back, to go back to the world you knew. But you don't. You're drawn to the symbols etched into the walls, strange markings that seem to pulse with a life of their own. They're not just random doodles, you realize. They're a code, a language that only a select few can decipher. And you're one of them. You start to follow the symbols, tracing their path across the walls as they weave in and out of the furniture. It's like a treasure hunt, one that's leading you deeper and deeper into the heart of this mysterious space. And with each step, you feel a sense of excitement building inside you. This is it. You think this is the moment when everything changes. Because you're starting to realize that this room isn't just a strange anomaly. It's a gateway, a doorway to another world, one that's been hidden from you until now. You can feel it, a tantalizing glimpse of what lies beyond the threshold. And you know that you have to see it for yourself. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself for what's to come. You know that this is a chance you'll never get again, a chance to explore the unknown and discover secrets that have been hidden for centuries. And you're not going to let it slip through your fingers. As you reach out to touch the symbols, you feel a shiver run down your spine. It's like you're on the verge of something momentous, something that will change your life forever. And you know that you're not the only one who's been searching for this doorway. There are others out there, people who've been following the same trail of clues and symbols as you. But you're the one who's found it first. And you know that this gives you a rare gift, the chance to explore the unknown, to discover secrets that have been hidden from the rest of the world. You're standing at the threshold of a new world, one that's full of mystery and wonder. And you're ready to take the first step. What lies beyond this threshold? Is it a world of wonder and magic, or a realm of danger and uncertainty? You can't wait to find out. As you reflect on your experience, you can't help but wonder, was finding that door just a strange anomaly, or was it something more? The more you think about it, the more you realize that it was just the beginning. You've stumbled upon a doorway that wasn't there yesterday, and now you're left with a whole lot of questions. What if this door wasn't just a doorway to a new location, but a doorway to a new reality? What if the world you thought you knew was just a small part of something much bigger? The possibility sends a shiver down your spine, and you can't help but feel a sense of excitement and trepidation. As you ponder the implications of your discovery, you start to wonder about the nature of reality itself. Is it fixed and unchanging, or is it something that can be manipulated and altered? The more you think about it, the more you realize that the answer might be somewhere in between. You start to think about all the times you felt like you're living in a dream, like the world around you is just a simulation. And then it hits you, What if you're not just living in a dream, but you're actually the one creating the dream? What if the door you found was a doorway to your own subconscious, a doorway to the deepest, darkest recesses of your own mind? The thought sends a chill down your spine, and you can't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. You realize that the most unexpected discoveries can lead to the most profound growth, and that sometimes the most profound growth comes from looking within. As you continue to reflect on your experience, you start to realize that the door you found was never just a doorway to a new location. It was a doorway to a new you, a doorway to a new perspective, a new way of thinking, and a new way of living. And as you stand there, looking back at the door, you can't help but wonder what other doors are waiting to be found, what other realities are waiting to be discovered. What would you do if you found a door that wasn't there yesterday? Would you dare to open it, or would you leave it closed? Share your thoughts, and let's continue the conversation in the comments below.